welcome to the Tuesday night Principal Chiropractic Call. Much better than watching the stupid election results. We got DE. We got a young rock star coming up, man. I tell you one thing, when I first came to DE, I was always told these a bunch of old guys come, and these old principal guys come and they yell at you. I've heard that many times. Well, tonight we got a young stud. I've known him since he was a student, and I just saw the guy who's been all in since way back when he was a student, and now he's rocking it in Richmond, Virginia. He's with his wife, Maxine. So let's give it up for Joe Abretski. Take it over, Joe.
Hey y'all, wow, what a great couple pictures. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me right now. I was looking at some of those pictures as they're coming up, and one of the guys you probably know in some of those pictures, his name is Evan Sidoti. So I called Evan yesterday, and I usually call him about 3 times a day because this is just kind of how me and a lot of our really close chiropractic friends go. But I called him at 9:30 last night, and I was like, listen, just got to tell you something real quick. I am so grateful that you took me to DE, my first quarter of chiropractic school. So many of you may know his dad, Dr. Sidoti, who saved Life University. And Evan, he was my randomly paired roommate in chiropractic college, and owe it everything to that random encounter that probably saved my life many times and led a huge trajectory in my practice right now. So as Dr. Andy said, I am in Richmond, Virginia. I've been here, actually just started over a year into my practice alongside my beautiful wife, also chiropractor, Dr. Maxine, which we got married just about 2 months ago, almost on the dot. 2 months. Okay, 2 months and in about 3 days. So it's a date I need to remember. We got married in September 6th, and it's been a big year, big 2 years, big 2019 and a big 2020. Moved to a place where none of us really knew, like a single soul, and opened a practice. We didn't know anybody. The closest family has about 3 hours away, and just with a mission and an excitement to set our community on fire with chiropractic care. And we're so grateful for it. I have to say that the Dynamic Essential has been a huge part from literally everything. Like everything we do, everything I do, everything I've thought of since I've been a student has always been in with lasting purpose. Like that's all. And I didn't get it at first, not at all. But thanks again, Evan, for showing me that way, because it changed my life. And going through chiropractic school, I was probably not the best student, but I had like my eyes on the prize. About third quarter in, I realized like I don't know how much a whole lot of this really matters, and I knew that I needed to keep focus, and I knew that there was going to be a big time for to shine as a chiropractor, and I knew it wasn't going to have to be through a lot of these things they teach you in school. So keeping the main thing, that's the main thing. And that's like our whole focus. All we do is adjust in our office. Of course, I probably wouldn't be here if I did anything else. And it's been a wild ride. We moved to Richmond on July 4th of 2019. We had about 3 months. So I'm going to tell a story about opening practice. We had about 3 months to open our basically we had a 3-month timeline where we wanted to open up our practice, so start seeing our people, and it was go mode for a long time. We were trying to find a couple places to set up our shop, and it just wasn't happening. Realtors were just dragging their feet. Nothing seemed right. Nothing seemed organic. And the next thing you know, I distinctly remember driving back from North Carolina, and I called up Maxine, and I told her, like, you got to do something. We need to make some moves. So that night she went on Craigslist. We found an availability that just probably had popped up not too many, maybe a couple of weeks ago. And we saw it that night. We met with the person the next morning, had a letter of intent, and then within like 3 days we had signed a lease. It was a wild ride. And I tell people that a lot of times in the office, that when things line up, when the universe will conspire in your favor, God will do that to you. And it moves with velocity. It happens quickly. And that's kind of how it felt. Everything leading up to that was just monotonous. It was just dragging. And as soon as it was right, it was right. And granted, our landlord's a little nuts, but that's okay. But it's been perfect for us. We started seeing people. We moved in October 2019. Started seeing people in November. Kind of how Brian Lieberman always talks about, and he always jokes around and says, or he told me that when he was in practice, he had his office. Somebody came in as they were like painting the walls or something like that. They're like, "Hey, is this place open?" And he goes, "Yeah, we could see you right now." And that's how we did. We didn't have like office hours. We were just there 24/7. And if there were people that walked on in, we would see them. We just had a table out and a can of paint in the corner, and that was how we rolled for probably the first month, getting our bearings straight and just loving on people. And I never really doubted it. Never doubted it. It was interesting. I had a friend of mine that still a good friend, and I told her that this is the summer before we opened, that maybe springtime. She's like, "Yeah, you could." She's telling about our life and what we had planned, and she's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be like really scary. Like you could fail." And I said, "What?" Like that thought did not even occur to me that I could do that I would fail. It was not even in my consciousness at all. I knew, like it just didn't exist. I knew that we had God on our side. We had a mission. We had each other, and we had an amazing community serve. Like if I failed, that meant I failed other people, and I knew I was just not going to let that happen. It's totally, nobody likes hearing it, especially when I was going to DE, going to Banner Brothers meetings at Dan Two's office as a student. A lot of people would always talk about having a burn the ships mentality, and that's never like a comfortable thing to hear, and it's kind of the whole point. And I was like, "Oh, I don't want to think like that," but you have to. Like, you got to kind of back yourself into a corner for you to keep going forward, and that's literally what we did. Like there's no plan B. There still is no plan B. Like we're operating with such love and intention that there's no way that failure could be an option. It just wouldn't. If we failed in practice, like that would be a bigger failure to our community, and I cannot let that happen to them. Cannot let that happen to our community. Cannot let that happen to my family. Cannot let that happen to our mission. So it's been an amazing ride serving chiropractic and serving people. Right now, a lot of people are probably getting a little antsy with the election. I don't know how many people are on right now. I don't know if it'll tell me. No, it doesn't look like it. A lot of people are probably pretty antsy about the election, and I was trying to get some inspiration, looking through some old DE notes, and the election, that's just the leaves in the stream. That does not matter. Right now we have one. Everything's just like a blip on the radar. It's just people keep asking me today. What do you think about the election? Did you get a chance to vote? And I was listening into Mike O'Halloran's Band of Brothers talk yesterday. I hope if he's on, shout out Mike O'Halloran. And he said that anybody that gets adjusted, their candidate's going to win. So that's, as far as my political standpoint in the office today, that's the only thing I talked about. If people are political, they're trying to have a conversation, you get adjusted, your candidate's going to win. That's all I know. What could be bigger than that? Regardless of anything that happens with those leaves this stream, I know that I'm still cruising down. I'm still serving chiropractic, and I'm excited to be doing that. So maybe focus on that. Focus, anybody that's tuning in, focus on the stream, not the leaves in the stream. Be the stream. Man, I never got a chance to meet Dr. Sid, but he said maybe he permeates a little bit of me anyways. Hey, Dr. Blumsack, thank you. Appreciate you. Um, the Seeing a couple of those pictures pop up, it reminded me of, I know a lot of them had my good friends, Alex Rubin, Alex Rubin in Philadelphia, Anthony Lopez in Mississippi, Evan Sidoti in New Jersey, and a couple of them had Dr. Tim Langley. Dr. Tim Langley was an amazing human being. It was really cool seeing some of those pictures pop up. I did write down a Tim Langley quote that I really connect with. I don't know if it's a Tim Langley quote. He's got all the quotes, but I feel like he stole all of them too. But he said, at least I think he said, that you don't have to like everyone, but you do got to love them. And I've been thinking about that a lot because we got a couple people in our office that are just extra lovers. Need to love them a little bit harder. They're a little hard to deal with, but we love them nonetheless. And I always think about Dr. Tim Langley. I called him in a panic one time when I was at student clinic, and I was doing toggle upper cervical, and I asked him, I was doing an adjustment, and I said, hey, doc, I called him right as soon as left this adjustment. I was like, Dr. Tim, how do I know if I cleared him out? And how do I know that? And he's like, you just know, it's with certainty. You just do. It's the your better principle. So I've been using that a lot lately, and people tell me, oh, this is going on, that's going on. I'm like, listen, you're better. Because you got adjusted, you're better. So for any of those people that are the extra lovers in our office, we always have an equal amount of people who come in and like, hey, how's everything going? Like, I'm feeling great. And it's really cool to see that, because I'll be the first to admit, in, I guess, table talk or whatever you want to call it in our office, we probably don't have the most maybe principled talk. Like, I just love on people. I just really like talking to people. So I'm not necessarily talking about, hey, like, when's a good time to stop taking care of your spine? I don't have those kind of conversations. Maybe here and there, but for the most part, I just love on people. And it's interesting because while I'm not like a fountain of principle all the time in our office. It's just enjoying our community. They keep coming back, and I don't have to. It's nice because it's not like I'm shoving it down their throats or anything like that. I'm not telling people the principle. I'm just living the principle, and I think people are just attracted to that. They see that. They know, yeah, obviously. Like I've never told anybody that, hey, you need to be here for the rest of your life to take good care of your spine. They just kind of innately know that this is something that I should be doing. This is something that's healthy. This is something that, Dr. Joe's the best chiropractor south of the Mason-Dixon line, east of the Mississippi. Fact. Outside of Georgia, I'm sure there's a lot of great Dr. Blumsack. You may have got one up on me there. I'll give it that. But that's kind of what I've been thinking a lot about. And it makes me think that a lot of these systems and procedures and things like that, they don't mean a whole lot without having and living lasting purpose. And it's almost like I'd rather have somebody get one of my patients get lasting purpose than get maybe chiropractic, than get power of the body heals the body. Like that's bigger. Like it's got to be bigger than that. Nothing's bigger than life. It's got to try to make this message as big as possible. And I think then they can say, oh yeah, I get it now. I can latch onto that. And I don't have to spew that message. It just kind of comes. It's everything in our office. It just happens very organically. And I like that. I like that a lot. I've been really happy with our office. It's really cool to see that. Dean Satilli. I know we never talked about this. Brian Lieberman, told me about a phenomenon that I get a lot. And hopefully somebody can help me out with this. That's sitting there. I'll have to check the comments after the live stream ends. But after DE, a lot of people are fired up, and I get it. And like I had more on-purpose conversations after DE, but I suffer from something called the DE hangover, which I feel like nobody talks about. And I think Brian Lieberman told me this. He's like, "Oh no, this is a thing. Dean Tilly talks about this. It's DE hangover, where after DE weekend and everybody's like riding high, I feel like I just want to like crawl into a hole sometimes. I was like, maybe it's just the shedding of the husks, but I feel like I got hit by a bus after DE so many times, and not in like a life-changing way, more like oh my God, why did I do this to myself? Like all the hugs, all the love was amazing. But then I keep coming right back. So I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. It's probably necessary. But if anybody has a solution to the DE hangover, let me know. But I've been thinking about that a lot because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like an integration process of the high emotions there, the high, it's intense. Dynamic essentials is intense. Being in learning to be aware, humble and obedient to the voice of God within. Like that's not something that's easy, and it shouldn't be. Learning how to live innately. That's not something I think you get after one DE. Teresa Craig, DE hangover is real. Yeah, no kidding. I think I'm finally coming down from the hangover, guys. But it's not easy. It is not easy at certain times being a DE principled chiropractor. I think it's very simple. The only thing you do, adjust, love on people, but it's very I think it can be taxing sometimes in that sense. So I don't know, DE hangover. But yeah, other than that, I don't I have a whole lot. This is the first time on the thing. I really enjoyed this thing, this streaming platform. It's been really good to share the love and practice. Absolutely loving it. I'm grateful for anybody that's on this call that I've been able to connect with and learn through. And the number one thing I've been meditating on, and then I'll close up, is I talked to my younger brother and asked him, I was like, hey, I'm going to be on this call. What do you think I should talk about? He may be on right now. I don't know. But he said, talk about pride. I said, what do you mean? He's like, well, pride, he's been reading this book about how the 7 deadly sins, pride is one of the worst. And that was kind of hard for me to hear because Maxine and I, we been in a year into practice the other day, so frequently we say, I'm really proud of how far we've come. And it's weird because like, I don't know if I'm right in feeling proud about that, but I do feel proud. And I realized that similar in chiropractic, we do not heal the body. That only that person can heal. No, this is a broken record sometimes for me when I tell our patients this. Like, I cannot heal you. Only you can heal you. So when you strip away that and like own that and let go of that expectation, I think that's what pride sets pride free. Like, it was not me that built this practice. Yes, maybe I was the hands and maybe the mouth, right? But it was all like part of the divine plan. Like, it was all just, I was just the vessel. And I say that with so much gratitude. The first thing truly that did pop into my mind after we realized we were a year into seeing patients, seeing our practice members, was I'm so grateful for them. Without them, we're nothing. Without our community, they're everything. And then I thought about how grateful I am for Maxine, and I thought about how grateful I am for you guys, and it doesn't come it's not me. It's bigger than that, and it's life, and nothing's bigger than life. Nothing. And that's what I learned at DE. Love and appreciate you guys.
Hey, Joe, that was awesome. Can you hear me?
I can. Yes, sir.
Oh, man, that was awesome. Lot of nuggets you just dropped there. The DE hangover, and what I loved about what you said about you can't fail because of how it affects your community and how you're going to fail your community. If you can keep that, it's not about you. It's about the people you serve. I think everybody needs to be reminded of that, especially now, because our community needs us. more
Yep.
than ever before, man. That was awesome. And
Thank you.
yeah, I'm glad everybody you adjusted is going to be happy with the elections, bro. That was awesome.
Yeah, they're all gonna win.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love it, man. I mean, if pride is a sin, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Maxine, what you guys have done and how you saved the
Thank
course.
you.
And it's not easy, but when you do it with the lasting purpose mindset, and I love what you said about more important than the adjustment or the principle, if you just give people the lasting purpose. I love in my office when I wear this shirt and people say, "Hey, I like that." I said, "No, that's what it's all about. That's what life is all about, right?"
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Man, you rocked it, and I'm so proud of you. And I don't care if that's a sin to be proud of you because you're awesome.
Thanks, Doc.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
All right, I think we're wrapped up, right?
Yeah. I think so. I think.